Hey, what's up, MD? This is IFBB Pro Figure Hazal Nelson. We are down here at Jim Raquel's Powerhouse Gym, Rochester, New York. So I am approximately 6 weeks out from the Connecticut Pro, and I am going to take you through a back workout. I am originally from Turkey, and let me tell you how I got involved with bodybuilding and figure. I actually started as a bodybuilder, and in my first bodybuilding show, I happened to see the figure girls, and I didn't know what it was at the time, so I went up to the girls and asked, oh, what is this all about? And I really liked the way they looked, the athletic look that I was interested in. So that's what led me into my career right now in figure. My last competition was in Houston Pro in 2009. Looking back at my pictures, critiquing myself, I looked too small and too skinny. A couple of my friends told me I came in a little bit too skinny, so I ended up taking a year off so I can add on a little more muscle. Last competition I weighed in at 118, and right now I'm weighing in at 130, so I add on another 10 pounds of muscle. For you that don't know, I am working with IFBB Pro George Farah, and he made some pretty dramatic changes to my diet, like upping my protein intake and a little more carbs, bringing my meals up to 6 meals a day, which I was only eating like maybe 3 times, maybe. One of the biggest mistakes I made was doing too much cardio, which I was up to, at one point I was up to 3 hours of the cardio, which George brought that down to 40 in the morning, first thing in the morning, and 20 before I go to bed. And it's completely changed my look. I am harder, I'm more rounder, and leaner. Looking back at it, I told George, I said, I cannot do less cardio because I love cardio. I love running. I love, doing 3 hours of cardio, even though it wasn't for me. But as soon as I started listening to George, I saw some dramatic change with my body fat loss and the hardness of the muscle. And he was right. He was totally right. One of my problem is my legs get too big too fast. So one of the critiques that I had last year was my legs were out of proportion with my upper body. George has me change my leg workout completely. Instead of doing heavier weights and less repetition, I went to lighter weights with more repetitions, which it brought my legs down. Since I started training with George, my leg workouts changed dramatically. Instead of me doing 185 for 5 repetitions on a squat bar, I dropped that down to 135 and do 50 reps. I've been doing 3 different exercises for my legs, which is one-legged lunges, each leg for 15 reps for 5. And I do closed feet squats with dumbbells and wide squats with dumbbells for 15 for 5 repetitions. This might not seem too heavy of a workout to most people, but I used to be a powerlifter, and I used to train really hard and heavy with bands and chains, squats, heavy leg press, you name it, I did it. This is why my legs get too big too fast. So that's why they get out of proportion with my upper body. I would like to special thank to George Farah, as well as Jim Raquel, Powerhouse Gym, and Robbie Duran for following me around for a couple hours right now. I want to thank him so much for coming up here to Rochester. I also want to thank Optimum Nutrition for their great product line, which I've been taking Hydro Away, Platinum, as well as the Woman's Vitamin and BCAAs. It's just, I feel very fortunate to be part of one of the greatest companies. For you that haven't gotten your tickets to come to Connecticut Pro, please do so. It's going to be a great show. I'm going to be there. George Farah is going to be there. And please stop by at the Optimum booth. Thank you.